Howdy all, TheGodoNight coming at you with another Deck Builders Toolkit segment. This is what I thought was the rules insert, but it's not. It's actually a little helpful advice for the Deck Builders Toolkit. I kind of wish I had opened this rather than tossing it aside because I thought it was a rules insert and reading it. It offers up some solid advice for deck building. The advice I'm going to offer to you is, I think, very paramount. So, for those who have questions about deck building or just curious about it, about the processes that I personally use, well, take some notes. I'm going to provide you some interesting insights to how I build decks. And this applies to sealed and just my standard decks. Alright? Let's launch right into this. They have 6 steps here. I think that steps 3 through 5 can be combined. I think it really only needs to be 5 steps. But, you know. Step 1. Sort your cards. Alright? This is important. I mean, especially, with like a box like this, or even just having a small collection of cards. Separate them by color, and then separate the colors by subsections like enchantments, instants, sorceries, artifacts, creatures, so that way you can find what you're looking for. And that really becomes important. Step 2, I think you need to figure out what kind of deck you're building. I mean, obviously, if it's sealed or standard, then this is the video for you. If you're building an EDH deck or something, you might want to, look up another video. The standard formula for a 60-card deck is 24 creatures, 12 spells, enchantments, instant sorceries, artifacts, and 24 lands. So keeping that in mind, it's good to know roughly what you're going to need in each category. Step 2, find your key cards. Now, this really becomes important because this is what your deck's going to be focused on. I'm actually making a 4th deck, and the focal point is Corrupt. This is my key card. It's my win condition. It's a 6 mana that deals damage equal to the number of swamps I control, and it does the damage to a creature or a player, and I gain life, that way, based on the amount of damage done. Now that I have a win condition for a mono black deck, I need to think, what do I need to get that win condition to work? Well, I know I'm going to need mana ramping. Okay, mana ramping is going to take a little bit of time, so I'm also going to need a way to protect myself until I can get enough mana. So, that brings us to steps 3, 4, and 5, which I think can be combined in one. Really, knowing that what I know now is I need mana ramping. So, think of some black cards. Right off the top of my head, Cryptghast, which makes all swamps count as 2. Liliana of the Dark Realms, which, when you get to her 6th ability, gives you a token where every swamp equals 4 mana. So, that's a huge bonus. But now I need a way to keep myself alive, so I either need lifelink to continue to survive, that way I'm constantly replenishing my life as I'm taking damage, or I need defenders. Defenders could also be creatures with death touch or just large walls that protect me. So based on that, I can actually start building the deck around this particular card. And then we go to step 6, which is play and refine your deck. Now, what's important about this is actually just playing. People get afraid, what if my deck's not that good? You know what? You'll never know until you play. Don't fret about the details. Don't worry whether or not it's F&M quality. Don't worry whether or not you're going to place first. Have fun with it. That becomes so paramount. People forget that. Just like having fun is the most important part. Get an idea, build a deck around it, play it, figure out what you can do to make that idea work better. Streamline it, a little bit more synergy between cards. And by all means, there are a ton of resources available. I use Tapped Out to build decks and play test them. I'll actually play with my girlfriend and my cousin and my friends. I'll go to casual Saturday Magic and practice. Whatever you need to figure out what the deck needs. So, like I said, this applies to sealed, to sealed events and standard. Since Theros is coming out and everyone's doing videos all about what's coming out in Theros, by all means, do your homework. Look at those videos. Do your research. Learn what's coming out. And then start building a deck in your head from those cards. And using this strategy, you'll find that you'll go far. Well, that's all I have for right now. Thanks, guys, for taking the time to watch this. Make sure you tap that like button and check out the decks I have built out of this thing. I'd love to hear your feedback. TheGodoNight, signing out.